Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, welcome back to African Arena. I am your host Ayub Shaban, and always never forget, right here at African Arena, we always celebrate different people, different things, and also right here in Africa. But dear viewers, for today we're going to appreciate women for today, and with me we have special guests who are going to help me celebrate women and also appreciate them. And also don't forget that neither man nor woman is perfect or complete without the other. Thus, no marriage or family, no word or stake is likely to reach its full potential until husbands, wives, and also mothers and fathers and women work together in unity of purpose and relying upon each other's strength. Until then, Africa will always appreciate women. And never forget, stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break. I am your host, Ayub Shaban. Bye-bye.
Educate a man, you educate an individual. Educate a woman and you educate a nation. And one of our downfalls is lack of communication. Too much pride, too much self-gratification. Be the queen that you are and you will attract that king. Be that significant change you want to be happening. But we must break the mental chains that we still shackled in. There's a war going on outside, our battles within. Break the cycle, trace the historical origins of our mindset. Divide and conquer by design is how the thing set. I'm silent screaming because we are disconnected. Our mutual perceptions of each other are all infected. Only scratching the surface of truth is never dissected. Distorted understandings of logic is left neglected. Our children long suffering from the games that we play. Cussing and arguing, is that how we communicate? Work with me. Why you fighting me? Why the spite for me? I'm out here in the system and it's got its eye on me. I can't rely on you because you think you can't rely on me. Social media documenting our activity. Turn my stereotype down, give me some credibility. You ain't gotta look at me like I'm the liability. If we don't build each other up, where's our stability? We should empower each other to glory, be its epitome. Nah, I ain't gone soft, by no means is this flattery. I'd rather be guilty of loving you than be guilty of assault and battery. Your pessimistic viewpoint of me is not reality. And no, I don't do miracles, practice magic, or alchemy. Did you know sometimes that you make me feel lonely? The house is like a war zone, supposed to be homely. The world's already cold, colder when you don't console me. You wonder why I sometimes feel that this love is phony. There's more to life than status, materials or that big wage. Our children in our homes need us both to be on that same page. Not repeating history, but breaking shackles, we are not slaves. But we will die that way if our ignorance is taken to our graves. Let's quiet our egos, humble ourselves, just listen. Conflict between us doesn't mean that I should go to prison. Separate our family equation like it's some long division. Subtracting from our kids, replacing me with a tell-lie vision. If we ain't breaking cycles, and we just on some repetition. Our people need some vision for us to make some better decisions. No, this ain't even a song. It's just my perception of where we're going wrong. No, this was never a song. Calling it how I see it, because it's gone on too long.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. Welcome back to African Arena. As I said before, we are appreciating women in Africa. And today, with me right here at our studios at Al Alamiya, we have a special lady who's going to help us appreciate women and also celebrate them at the same time. So, don't worry, dear viewers, you're going to hear from her. Listen, very carefully, for she is one and only Lala. There's no need for me to tell you her name. Let her tell you by herself. So welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. My name is...
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa
Why so
barakatuh.
much in a rush to tell us about your name? Just wait, let's go step by step. Don't worry, just calm down. Is it your first time on studio?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Don't worry, you're going to do great. So tell us, what is your name?
My name is Hubbi Abdurrahman. I'm a journalism student.
Wow, so yeah. I'm meeting my rival so far.
Yeah, sure.
Inshallah, we'll meet in future and see who's the best.
Inshallah, we'll see.
So how do you see journalism so far? Because you said you're a student of journalism.
Oh, well, I think it's the best thing so far. And inshallah, I'm hoping for the best. I'm aspiring to be like a really great journalist in the future, inshallah.
Inshallah, going to make it in life. For we are right here celebrating women. So I hope today we also going to give you a little bit of inspiration to take a great leap of faith. So inshallah, next time you'll be here, I'll be there.
Inshallah, I hope so. I can't wait.
Inshallah. So what do you think about appreciating women in Africa?
Well, first, the question is, who is a woman, you know? A woman is the other gender, which is not female, which is not male, I'm sorry. Yeah? Yeah. So, first of all, appreciating women. Africans don't appreciate women. Yeah? That's the fact. Yeah? It's really... And people don't know this, but 80% of the food that is produced in Africa is produced by women. Yeah, I know.
It's very difficult to believe, by the way.
It's not difficult to believe because in every African household, the woman is the one who goes to the farm, you know. We're not talking about the third world countries, you know. It's the woman who's doing everything, but we don't get appreciated. We're not even in the picture, you know. No one even cares about us. So the man is the male dominated, especially in Africa. Maybe the other continents, there might be some equality, even though we're not there yet. But in Africa, we're lagging behind when it comes to like appreciating women, yeah, and accepting a really major role in the family.
I hope you're not talking with a little bit of tension, and you're talking as if you want to eat us. Like
no, I'm just trying to stress my point so that you know how important this is.
No problem. That's why right here at African Arena, we have decided to choose this topic to appreciate women. So don't say people don't appreciate women in Africa. I hope you're going to correct the sentence before.
I won't correct my sentence. I think I will stand by my sentence because that is the truth. And I think you've decided to do that because you've seen it. Yeah, out here, we're not appreciated as much as we're supposed to be appreciated, you know. We're taken for granted.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, right now in Africa, we find that we have female leaders.
Yeah, a lot of
we have people leaders. Women are participating in politics, in economics, and so on. So how come you're saying that we're not appreciating, or we're not even noticing women's effort yet again? We've given them a field whereby they can participate, they can relate with the people and also give back to the society. Yes, we do accept that if you educate a woman, you're educating the whole community. So we have given them a chance. So why are you saying that we are not appreciating women by not recognizing them and so on and so on?
I'm not saying you personally.
Not me, I'm saying, when I say we,
the entire,
Africa.
So you're talking about the entire male-dominated fields and everything in Africa? Is that what you're talking? You should be talking to you about like where you stand, you know. But women, I think they've decided, you know, if everyone is at the table and no one is going to invite you there, you have to take your own chair and put it there. So women have worked hard to reach where they are right now. Like the president of Liberia, she's a woman.
I do accept.
Yeah,
I do believe.
And I'm very sure it wasn't a man who told her, oh, you know what, you can be the president. No. She decided to do it. You know, currently the Deputy Secretary General to the UN is a woman. She is a Muslim woman. She's called Amina Mohammed. She's a Nigerian. You know, so women have decided to step up. You know.
No, it's, I personally, I do stand by appreciating women because I have a mother, I have a sister, and so on. So I have to appreciate women. That's why we are right here at African Arena. We are celebrating women by giving them opportunity. We gave you an opportunity to come here and talk and raise your voice and let people hear you. So let's go on. How we've seen that women are participating in different sectors in our community, and also they've participated in so many things. So how has the community benefited positively or negatively according to the effort of the women that are right on top of us?
So like you said, educating and one woman is like educating the entire community.
True.
Imagine educating 10 of them. That's like maybe the entire continent. And by the way, if you...
What of educating a man? You know, actually nowadays, there's been this issue of women empowerment everywhere. I've not had, even the boy child has been forgotten. Even in East Africa, people are making fun of boy child, actually.
But that's the thing, yeah?
What is wrong?
There's nothing wrong. We've been forgotten for a very long time, yeah? Even right now, we go back at home. I think our parents will still choose to educate the male child over the female child, you know? But right now, they've understood educating a woman is way better. I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like we are more focused.
It's heartbreaking, actually.
Yeah, no. We are more focused. Okay, we know why we do stuff. We pay attention to details. We're not like guys, and that's why we are in the male-dominated fields right now. Before a woman could not be an engineer. A woman could not be a doctor. A woman could not be a pilot. But guess what? We are all that and more. So 50 years ago, during World War, I think. After the World War, when a lot of men died, so that's when they started giving us opportunities, and that's when they realized, imagine 50 years after and 50 years more. It will be I think the entire world would be run by women, inshallah.
So
hopefully.
Do you believe that if the world is led by women, it's going to actually show a great positivity or a great change in future?
My God, yeah. Just like Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, I bet Hillary will be a better person right now than Donald Trump. What is he doing? And he is a male. Let's start with that, okay? I'm not saying the male gender is not bad. They are great people, yeah? They're amazing. We are here because of who they are. We wouldn't be, all of us, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the both male and female, yeah?
Actually,
but we have been forgotten for a very long time.
Now,
to the extent
we've started
now,
recognizing you since a long time ago also.
No, still, maybe in other continents, but in Africa, we are still lagging behind. You refuse to accept that, but that is the truth. You'll go to any office, you'll find there is only, like for example, a company, yeah? Maybe only the executive members, maybe one woman or two. What do you mean? And there are almost like 12 men there. We're not asking for equality. Yeah, we're asking for more chances.
It's still
to
equality.
Be given.
You have to be equal. No. You have to be
because equal. Reaching there, it will take time. In Africa, we cannot say, "Oh my God, I'm going to be a feminist and everything." And again, the word feminism, which is people don't understand it at all. Yeah. So right now in Africa, we're trying to they should give us more opportunities. Yeah, and we'll make Africa great.
Okay, there's one thing that I've noticed. Sorry, you mentioned about feminism. You said that people don't understand the meaning of feminism. So can you at least make it or clarify the meaning of feminism? Because you're the one who brought it up, not me. Okay,
feminism to me, yeah. People might get it wrong, feminism means I won't shave my legs, or I'll just be like any other man. But no. We just want equality, yeah. It doesn't mean if, for example, it's an entire place, maybe there was a road accident. Yeah, do you know what they will first say? The women and children. Yeah, why not say the people who are unhealthy and the children? Why do they have to mention the women? We are strong too. There are women who are stronger than men.
I don't believe
right
that,
or wrong.
Even in biology, when we go back to to biology, you find that
you know,
the energy
being
that
strong doesn't mean physically, it means mentally. And when it comes to mental, I feel like we're more stronger than the guys mentally. We've gone through a lot. You'll have 10 kids and still go to work and still come back.
Even
you won't
men
go
do
crazy.
That. Men do that. Men do that.
In which African homestead does a man take care of his kids? Just tell me.
Many,
When you used to come back at home, did your dad used to like come back and like, oh yes, let's play together? No. I'm scared of my dad, basically. Because I feel like that is how we perceive men, they're like the higher gender than us, because from a very young age, that's how it has always been, yeah?
But for me, personally speaking, I see that the way a father is going to relate with his family, it depends with a person, actually. Because basically, when I remember, my father used to come back home, cook for us. Come home, hug us, ask us about our day, come home and pick us from school, such kind of stuff. I did enjoy my time with my father. I can't regret that. Everybody is scared of his father. That's normal. And also mothers. I'm also scared of my mother, actually. But what I'm trying to say is that we're supposed to be equal, okay? And I think recognizing women in Africa is going to help us and in so many different ways. I don't refuse. But still, we're supposed to have a gender equality. That's what I believe in, gender equality.
Yeah, exactly.
What of you? What do you think about gender equality?
It's supposed to be like on the women's side, yeah? Just like when I know people that don't understand this, like why are they only focusing on the female? Because that is where the problem is. When you hear Black Lives Matters, African, the white life, it matters, the Caucasian life, they matter too, but where is the problem?
I don't know, you tell me.
The black mush, just like male and female. We are focusing more on the female because that is where we think there is a problem. That's why we're seeing the women are not given more chances. That's why we are focusing. That's why it's female empowerment, and that's why we are urging people. It wouldn't have, the word would have not even come up if it wasn't for like, they would have seen like, oh my, it's not even the same. Like male are more favored than the female child, and that is true.
And right now in Africa, it's the opposite right now. That women are more favored than men. And actually it's going to bring it will reach a point whereby it's going to create a great crisis in future. This is something that I think it will happen. Because you find that right now, women are given more chances than men. You find even a guy can study for ages and still doesn't get a chance as long as a woman stands beside him. The lady gets.
Which Africa is that? Is this the Africa I'm in it right now or what?
Yeah, the Africa that we, not you only, we are in.
Because the Africa I know is the same Africa that when you look at the parliament, the number of men are more. They're trying to like make it equal. The number of ministers and cabinet secretaries, it's male-dominated field. Every higher post, even the commander like of the armed forces. Oh, have you ever seen a woman anywhere close to that?
Actually,
don't you think a woman can do that?
It's not good to put women at the front line in terms of war.
Exactly. Now that is when it comes. We are equal. We can take care of ourselves. We've taken care of you. Why don't you think we cannot take care of ourselves?
That's why we care about women.
That is the same mentality that is going on. They're supposed to like the male need to like understand the fact that we are strong people, mentally, physically,
Actually, there's this saying in Africa that what a man can do, a woman can do better. Do you believe in that?
Totally, absolutely.
And right now in Africa, you find that, not only Africa, the whole world, you find that I have a reversed form of that. What a woman can do, a man can also do much, much better. Because you find that we have great chefs in the world who are men, and they're cooking way much better. Is it true or false?
Okay, that is true.
So I do believe, okay, that if we have equality, basically we can move forward. as a unity, as a unit. Because at the beginning of the program, I said we all need each other to move forward. Unity is the only thing that is going to take us forth. So if we rely on one side, definitely it's going to cause a problem. I hope you're not going to say that we are not relying on women. So we care about you guys, okay, as Africa. I'm talking as Africa because I am an African, proud to be an African. So what do you think about the future? Can you predict the future? So possible, right? Oh,
I see better things for African women, especially.
Why not Africa? Why always say
African women? Because I just want you to accept the fact that women, even as much as Africa is trying, to like really, really appreciate us, but we're not getting everything we want. In every household in Africa, to the smallest village,
okay,
the woman is like, I feel like she's the breadwinner, the soul of that house, because she does everything. You go back at home, the person who is at the farm is who? The woman.
Even men go to farms.
The men drink. Let's be honest. Let's drinking
water.
And going, talking to fellow men, you know, discussing, watching World Cup and everything. Just
why
lazing
even
around.
World Cup in our community
just
today?
Just lazing around, to be honest. Yeah, men are not doing much. The women are doing much better. That's why you even see the need of appreciating us women.
Okay, I don't refuse. We are appreciating women in Africa.
And like you asked
even
me,
African Arena has recognized women.
Yeah.
I never chose this topic because Africa is not recognizing women or appreciating them. I chose this topic because right here in African Arena, it's always a special day. We choose special things in Africa, and we saw that women are special in Africa. Maybe you never know, next time we're going to celebrate men.
But we are special. The first time when I came in, I told you like 80% of the food that is produced in Africa, it's produced by women. When it comes to agriculture, what did you say? I think you were supposed to like go, oh wow, that is great, and appreciate the fact that
I was amazed.
Exactly.
Actually, I was amazed because it's kind of okay. I can say that maybe 80%, maybe 80%, because also men do go to the shamba, to the farm. They do help. They do produce food.
You know, for the longest time, like even my culture, even slaughtering of animals used to be a woman's job. Building the house used to be a woman's job.
Where is that? Which Africa were you living in?
This is the real Africa. That is what like the women have gone through, and still a man would still choose to educate the boy child more than the woman child. I really appreciate the fact that you're appreciating the women, but I just want to put a point across that we are strong. There's a lot of things men don't know that we have done, and we're still doing it as mothers, as political leaders, as sisters, and I feel like we should be appreciated more, given more opportunities.
We have given you an opportunity to sit there and talk about women in Africa.
And we just like putting some point across. I get it. And I feel like, the male, also for us to like move forward, like the male gender should just accept, they should accept the fact that, the women are like really a big part of our community, and if they're given more chances, Africa will be a better place.
Actually, Hobby, her name is Hobby, guys, her name is Hobby. That's her name, not Hobby, my lover, I mean, that's her name, Hobby, actually. I hope you remember that, okay? So, before we go for a break, I'd like you to send a little bit of a message to the African community about appreciating women or recognizing them, okay? So, please, the camera is yours. I want you to send a message to the African community about appreciating women and also celebrating them and not to forget them. and giving them chances? Please, the camera is yours.
I feel like the entire African community should just go ahead and educate more girls, give more opportunities to more girls, and inshallah, in the next 50, not even 50, in the next 2 decades or something, Africa is going to be a better place, just like Liberia, which is led by a woman, by the way.
Dear viewers, African community, you've been told by the great Hobby, not my Hobby, she's called Hobby, the great Hobby, that you do need to recognize women, appreciate them, celebrate them, give them more chances, and don't forget also, she forgot to mention that also Africa has given women free girl child education. Actually, dear viewers, I was your host Ayub Shaban. Let's go for a break and we'll be right back. Thank you.
They always make everything first. They always ensure everything being organized from the start of the day. But they are just a woman. Women, they are not perfect by doing all the things alone. To fly higher, they always need a pair of wings. Wings that help in tiredness of a woman. Wings that help to engrave a beautiful smile. Because every woman deserves to have a complete puzzle piece.
I am an African. Typical lines. With it comes tradition and religion. You sit there with expectations of rich soil, beautiful grasslands, people with extreme African dark tans. Well, I have concrete and pits of sand, milky skin surrounding me. My stars move with flight, and out of my townhouse windows I see them, then quickly out of sight. Clicks and beats you desire to roll off my tongue, but instead you hear evidence of previous colonies formed by British sons. You desire my eyes to feast on Drum magazine, but I'm holding my fair lady. Similarly, I'll ignore generations for glee. My plate is not filled with samp and beans, but sushi, beef fillets, all trimmed and lean, close to Master Chef regime. I chuckle as my fellow shaded brothers and sisters say, "Ufana namlungu," huh? I tell them to translate what they convey. The mockery continues in vernac. It's like a membership in the Black United Community is what I lack. Am I not an African too? Has my upbringing in the suburbs made me lose my roots? I've lost my label of black, and a coconut is what I've been tagged. But today, I refuse to allow your pencil to draw a picture of who I am, for I am as African as the music in life, the beat, the melody, and the tune. I have a twinkle in my eye that reflects the sub-Saharan moon. I am a daughter of this land. I am a child of Azania. I love my country, and I celebrate my modern culture. So today, I remove these limitations, and I claim my identity back, because an African is exactly what I am.
From Kenya to Colombia, from Iraq to Korea, in slums, in schools, in prisons, and in theatres, every day people gather at TEDx events around the world to hear the best ideas bubbling up in their communities. Today, you are part of a global conversation about our shared future. So what is this TEDx? TEDx is an initiative of the TED Conference, a non-profit devoted to ideas worth spreading. We grant free licenses to allow TED-like events to spread globally. This event today is based on the TED Conference format and ideals, but is independently organized by your local community. So please make sure to thank the team of volunteers who worked so hard on today's event. It's their ideas, dedication, and time that made it all possible. It's they who booked all the speakers, and the views you'll hear today are, of course, those of those speakers, not necessarily of TEDs. But we hope their talks spark an exciting conversation among you. This is a day for curiosity and for skepticism, for openness and for critical thinking, for inspiration and for action. The more you enter into it, the more you'll take out. And now, on with the show.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, welcome back to African Arena. Not to forget, I am your host, Ayub Sha'ban. And before we were arguing with Hobby about the women in Africa, and she has made it clear that 80% of food that is produced in Africa is produced by women. But not to forget, we're also continuing with a different kind of topic right here at African Arena. And also we have something special in International University of Africa. As you have seen the video, they're talking about TEDx. So TEDx has gone all around the world. Not to forget Sudan. Actually, there was a previous one that was done, TEDx Khartoum, and now they're preparing for TEDx International University of Africa. So we have a chairman who is representing TEDx UA. So let's see what he has for us. Assalamu alaikum. So how are you feeling today?
A bit skeptical.
So you are representing TEDx, and also I think you're the chairman, if I'm not wrong.
I am the license holder for TEDx IUA.
Very nice. So let's say you're the head of TEDx IUA so far.
It's a teamwork, but yes, technically yes.
So to begin with, who is Ahmed? I think your name is Ahmed, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so who's Ahmed? You've been here before.
Yeah.
Actually, so who's Ahmed? I know after the interviews we've done with you, now we need the Ahmed TEDx IUA.
Okay. Currently, I can say that Ahmed, myself, I am a firm believer of ideas. That is who I am right now, and I think the reason why I am pushing towards TEDx IUA because it's a great opportunity for not only me, but the university and my fellow students to shed a light on what we know and the great minds that are available in our university. And that is what I am all about at the moment.
So what are you thinking applying for the TEDx IUA license?
First of all, I can say that it was not easy because it is literally the third time I was applying. First time it did not go through. Second time it did not go through. This is from year 2015 I was applying. I applied 2015, It did not go through. Around 2016 it did not go through. The third time I was applying, I was applying out of anger, like how can you not give me this?
I have to give me this time.
So I just applied. Late at night I had the internet on my laptop, so I applied with anger and everything. Alhamdulillah, after a few questionings here and there, we actually got the license. And when we got the license, it's when it hit me, like, we got it now.
Yeah.
This is serious. We have to get serious because it's not something small. You're representing not yourself, but you're representing the community in which is our university. And our university has over 80 plus nationalities in the university, and that is not easy. You have to ensure that you're representing each one of every these nationalities.
So each TEDx has a specific, let's say, slogan. So which slogan did you choose?
Our slogan is, if you look at other TEDx, you see that, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but they have these complex themes that they give you names that you have to look deep to understand. But when I looked at our university, I thought our university is diverse. So my theme and our theme, the theme we came up with my team, is unity in diversity. That is our slogan for TEDx 2018, unity in diversity.
So what are you planning for, guys, so that today the people who are watching are going to attend TEDx IUA? So what are you planning for them? What are they going to watch? What are they going to listen to? What are they going to participate in? So what is all about TEDx IUA?
What I can say is that it's a great opportunity that I would advise everyone, especially my fellow students in the university, not to miss, because it's an opportunity for them to come and see what their fellow students are capable of. And it's not about just an idea that affects them, it's about ideas that affects not only them but the community around them, ideas that affect the society around them, in that we look at the world today and you look at the theme we are choosing, unity in diversity. Our university is a good example that people from different cultures, different traditions, different colors, different backgrounds can actually come together and actually live together. If you look, I stay in a room with 8 people from 8 different countries. I have Nigerians, I have Chad, I have Ethiopians, I have Somalis, all this, I have Kenyans myself. We're all staying in one room, and actually we have this community that we have built around ourselves, that we are able to show to the world that our university is a good example that we can actually come together. And TEDx IUA is a great opportunity for us to tell the world that this is how it should be done. This is what should be going on.
You know, you're speaking like the future president of Africa. And not only Africa, you never know, you might be a great leader in future, and that's what I pray for you, because I've seen a lot of effort that I think you're representing also the Red Hat Media, and I've seen a lot of effort and a lot of work that you've done, and I so appreciating, and I really appreciate the Red Hat Media, as I am a media icon, and I do appreciate your work a lot. So going on with TEDx IUA, when are you planning to do this thing? When is the grand event of TEDx IUA?
The grand event hopefully will take place on the 15th of September, which is immediately after the holidays, where we're expecting students to be coming in, and we want them to come in with the energy that they had from back home, and to receive us, and us to receive them with the energy they have and the energy we have built up for the event.
So you're going to have fresh minds from their home. They've built the community very well. Good information coming back to build International University of Africa, TEDx IUA. Actually, I don't even know what to say, because I'm speechless. Actually, this is a great thing that I've never been able to see, and I hope, inshallah, I'm going to be alive to watch you guys make it.
Inshallah.
Actually, before you go, dear viewers, let him send a message and an advice about TEDx IUA and something to the African community. So feel free.
Okay, what I can say is that TEDx IUA, we chose the theme Unity and Diversity. This is very important to us, because it is an opportunity for us to show the world that regardless of where you come from, regardless of who you are, regardless of your background, tradition, color of skin, you can actually relate to other people. We have issues, I understand, we have issues when it comes to religion, to politics, to opinions. These are issues that we should sit down and actually face them in a mature way, where we can discuss, and dialogue is a very key thing. So let us not discriminate against the other because of who they are, because we did not choose. I did not choose to be Kenyan. I did not choose to be born in Africa. I did not choose this, but this is who I am, and this is who I am presenting. So this is not something that should affect all of us, and let us work together in ensuring that the community is moving forward, and not one specific person.
Wow, that was the future president of Africa speaking. Don't forget, it was Ahmed from Kenya, as he said, a student at International University, and also he said he is the license holder of TEDx IUA. So dear viewers, people are trying to unite you guys. Why not you stand together, help them, unite Africa, build Africa to a greater future. Dear viewer, I was your host, Ayub Shaban. We're not going home, we're just going for a short break. We'll be right back with something new. Thank you. Stay tuned. Also, dear viewers, we had a technical problem. Don't worry. As we continue also, let's continue about TEDx. How about you tell us something more about TEDx? You have events, I think, about TEDx IUA. So what's really compiled in the TEDx IUA in September 15th?
The general picture of what will happen during the day is that we're going to have exhibitions, and then we're going to have talks. And the exhibitions is one of the key parts for the day, in that we're going to have exhibitions from different cultures, different countries at the university to come and talk, and to to showcase what their culture is about, to showcase what their country is about. We're going to have different exhibitions at the venue where it is open to everyone who wants to come and see what our university is about, what the students are actually inventing. Also, we're going to have exhibitions of different ideas, different ideologies, where we're going to have, for example, we're going to have an opinion booth where you come and write down what you think should be done about unity and diversity, what you think is going wrong, and we're going to showcase this to other people. Another thing is that we're inviting a lot of people in the non-governmental field who are actually taking part in these issues, who are going to come and see what the issues we are going to talk about. And the main part of the day is that we're going to have our fellow students who are, to be honest, are going to start rehearsals immediately after exam. That is almost 2 months training for their talks that they are going to give during that day. And these talks are multidisciplinary. We're going to talk about science, we're going to talk about religion, we're going to talk about culture, we're going to talk about tradition, we're going to talk about music, poetry. All these things are going to be talked about by our fellow students from different countries, from their own perspective, and why they're important when it comes to unity.
So also I realized that the TEDx videos that I've watched so far, they somehow select specific people or also famous people or known icons in the world. And for you guys, you decided to use students. You chose students to represent themselves, to represent the unity and diversity. Why did you choose this? What was all about going through and thinking that I have to choose students this time? We don't need great people who are going to...
The good thing is that when we started the project, we have a great team of advisors for people who had organized TEDx IUA in the year 2013 before us. We have a great group of advisors from different universities, like University of Khartoum, University of Afad. All these people are going to be helping us. And another thing is, the advice they gave us is that when it comes to talk, when you get someone famous to come and give a talk, you do not have control over that talk. And that is a very big issue. And we want our students to come because they are available for rehearsals, they are available to do the necessary research that is required to give these talks, they are available to actually to see the message and to be in the message and to be in the teamwork that is going on to set the event. And that is why we are concentrating on students so that they can ensure that TEDx IUA is about the community we are in, which is the International University of Africa.
So you talked about when a famous person is giving a talk, you don't have the control over the talk. So how are you going to take over the talk that the students are going to give during the TEDx IUA? How are you managing this?
This is one of the key areas for TEDx IUA, in that we're going to open an online form very soon, before even the exams are over. We're going to have students who want to talk at TEDx IUA. They are going to apply, and we have shortlisted students who we have picked to talk in our event. These students are going to come in, we're going to interview them, we're going to choose the ideas that relate to our theme, and then we are going to give them ideas that we think are important to be talked about during the day. For example, one of the key talks we are going to have is hijabi activism. Hijabi activism is the idea that the hijab is much more than a symbol of oppression. It is a symbol of actually pride in our young Muslim women here, not only in Sudan but in the world. And we want to show this not only in an opinionated perspective but in an actual factual perspective. And this is very important because it's an issue that is being said all over the world, it's being banned in different places in the world, and we want to shed a light on it. And these are one of the few topics we are going to be concentrating on that. And we are going to have the students come in, and then they're going to do rehearsals. We are going to have professional speakers who are going to come and talk to them. We are going to have training days where we are going to a small public speaking workshops. All these things are going to be happening because of the speakers, to prepare them for that short 5-minute talk. It should be something that when someone hears, is inspired and actually feels that I need to do something about this. This is something I should be concentrating on, and this is something that requires to be made a difference in society today.
Wow. You know, when leaders are speaking, you really need to have silence, keep silence, and listen and concentrate to what they're going to say, because everything is important. Each bit of the speech is important. So, do you people as TEDx IUA, according to the way, your community or your, let me say, the committee, do you have specific topics, or you let the speaker come with his own topic and you actually bargain about it and see how it's going to go benefit the community and so on? Do you have any specific topic, or are you going to give them your own topics that you'd like them to present?
Some of the topics that are going to be talked about during the day are topics that we have seen the need to be talked about, that we have chosen. And another thing is that not all the topics of the day are going to be coming from us. We want to give the opportunity for students in our university, students not only in our university but also here in Khartoum, in Sudan, who actually see that this is something that should be talked about under our theme. Our main issue, it should be an idea that actually affects the community. It should be an idea under our theme, which is unity in diversity, and it should be an idea that is multidisciplinary, in that I can connect it from, if it's biology to music, if it's poetry to acting. All this, it should be an idea that anyone can relate to. That is the main part of what we're going to be talking about during the day.
Wow. So we are waiting for TEDx IUA, and I really can't wait to see what you guys are going to make out of this 18 minutes that you said that people are going to come and represent their community with different topics. And also you mentioned about the hijab activism. And what do you think, what is your opinion about this?
When it comes to hijabi activism, my opinion is that the hijab is a fundamental part of not only Islam but society in itself, especially for young Muslim women. And an issue that is coming up today is that our young Muslim women are being forced to wear the hijab, and this is an issue that is very negative, because we want to shed the light, that we want to make it clear that these young Muslim women are the ones who are choosing to wear this hijab, that this hijab is a representative of who they are, is a representative of what the beliefs they believe in. And we want to tell society that they have the choice. If they don't want to wear it, it is their choice. In some societies, it is not allowed. I understand in countries that sometimes the Muslim woman must wear the hijab. That is how the society is. But with time, we can see the world is getting bigger. The world is getting bigger and opinions are changing. But that does not mean that the hijab is a form of oppression. The hijab is a symbol of pride for the Muslim woman. The hijab is a symbol of self-actualization, in that they choose that this will represent me for the rest of my life, and this will represent me. Because if you look at the hijab, it is removed only by the women in our society, by the Muslim women. It is only removed when they actually trust the people they are around with. They see that this is a symbol of trust when they remove it in front of you. And let us not act like we are oppressing them, because they have the choice. And we want to tell the society they have the choice, and they have chosen to wear it, and we should let them wear it and not picture it in a different way.
Actually, Mr. Ahmad, I'd really like to cut it short, because the president is talking and we have to respect it. So, dear viewer, I think his time is running out. He has to be in another meeting, I think. According to the president's schedule, it's always tight. So let him take his plane back to Kenya. I'm kidding, man, I'm kidding. Actually, I hope you're going to meet again, inshallah, Mr. Ahmed, and all the best in the International University of Africa, TEDx IUA. Dear viewers, we're going to go for a short break, and we'll be right back with something else. Stay tuned.
Hey, beautiful, I know what you need. My African queen, I take you to Malawi. This song is for you, straight from me. If they don't treat you right, and you need somebody, then you should be with me. I'll be your release. When the sun goes down, you need some for release. When the sun goes down, you need somebody when you don't need to compete with nobody. You should know by now you deserve a gentleman. You deserve a gentleman. You deserve a gentleman.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. Welcome back to African Arena, and don't forget, I am your host Ayub Shaban, and today we've been celebrating women, appreciating them and noticing them, and also we've talked a little bit about TEDxIUA, and inshallah don't forget September, I think it's going to be on 12th, if I'm not wrong, according to the president of the Future Africa said. So right now we're going to talk about something a little bit serious, about small business sectors in Africa. And we have also a woman, a lady, that she's going to represent the business sectors in Africa. So according to Hobby, she said that we don't appreciate women, we don't notice them. But at African Arena, I brought you a lady. Assalamu alaikum. How are you feeling?
I'm great, actually.
So what is your name? Tell us about yourself.
My name is Ashar Ahmed. I'm from Somalia. I'm an accountant. I graduated recently in Ahfad University.
Wow, so Ahfad University. Where is Ahfad University?
In Umdurman, and is a university for just women.
Women?
Yeah.
Wow, nice. So Africans, we are appreciating women. We are giving them opportunities. Even now we have a university just for ladies. Wow, nice. Go Ahfad, go Ahfad.
Indeed.
Indeed, actually. So we're going to talk a little bit about the small sectors in Africa and business stuff. Before I go on, there was a debate that I watched about the American congressman, whereby he said that for Africa to go forth, the debts that we have, we actually have to be forgiven because we'll never pay them according to the taxes that we have in Africa. We have a lot of taxes and so on and so on. So it's so difficult for us to pay our debts. So what do you have to say about this, about the debts in Africa, before we go to our topic?
Actually, there's a lot of debts, like you have mentioned, and it's guaranteed that they're saying we're not able to pay it, but it's seen that if Africa is growing at the rapid speed that's growing now, it can pay its debts and even more. For example, recently there have been a research that has been made that is indicating that the growth of Africa in 2034, it will exceed even in China and India.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So Africa, we're going great.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Anyway, so let's start with the foundation, the small business sectors, whereby this is where most people do have their first step in business. So what do you think, what can you say, what is a small business sector?
Small business sectors are, they are private corporations. They can be partnerships or solo proprietorships. They generate less revenue than the large ones, but and have fewer employees. But what you don't know is small businesses make up almost about 70% of all businesses are small business. So it's the thing that is making the economy grow. So it's very vital to the economic growth.
Wow, very nice. So what do you think about the small businesses in Africa? How are they generating more income than the large business sectors in Africa? How are they doing this? Because I don't believe a small business industry generating more than a large business sector.
It's generating actually a larger money. And in terms of, first of all, when you are making a small business, it's up to you. You're choosing your passion. You chose something that you like. So when you chose a small business, it's something that you like, and you will guarantee no matter what you want to succeed. So that's why it's generating more money than large ones. And in terms of flexibility, if there's any kind of changes, it can adapt to it easily. So that's why large companies are facing like difficulties to cope with changes, and while small businesses can cope easily with changes and are making a lot of money.
Wow, very nice. Actually, the way you're speaking, it's like you have a lot of experience in terms of business. What kind of faculty which kind of faculty did you study?
I studied accounting and finance.
Wow, that's why you have the complex vocabularies about business. Actually, it's really nice, and I'm really honored and to have you play. It's a pleasure to have you today at African Arena.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We see that it's a personal question, because you mentioned that you're from Somalia, and we find that Somalia is a little bit, let's not continue with the description, but still, we know what's happening in Somalia. But I've really noticed there is a lot of changes of late, and so on and so forth. So what do you think about the economy of Somalia? How can they improve it?
Actually, the economy of Somalia is actually great for a place with less governmental it can have a business in less than, like, if I want to make a business, for example, I just can make it. Okay, I sleep tonight, and the next morning when I wake up, I just say, okay, boom, I want to make something, and I can just make it, because there's no rules that is gonna prevent me from just doing it. There's no taxes, and there is taxes, but not so much. It's not small. So in terms of agriculture, we sell a lot of livestock, and I think in terms of economy, the world doesn't know, but we're really great at it.
Wow, very nice.
We're really good at making business.
So yeah, actually, it's something that I've noticed, that Somalis are everywhere, all over the world, and actually, you are really dominating. And we realize that there is one member at the government of Donald Trump, actually, in America, that she's representing women, and also she's also representing Muslims, actually, and the American government. So what are the benefits of the small business sectors in Africa?
The benefits of small business corporations is, first of all, it's independent. Like these small corporations, that it's your choice. You don't have a boss to boss you around. It's you, and the reward you get is all the rewards and all the income. They're getting it for yourself. So it's a win-win. Also, in terms of the overhead costs, there's less overhead costs in terms of the business, since you're only hiring a small premises, not like large companies, and also the lighting costs and all those things, they're a little bit small. And in terms of intervention and innovation, like the new ideas are generated from small corporations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so these people are making the new ideas. They are making the employees of all these small people that don't have jobs. They're the ones generating them jobs. So it's a need for the local needs for every economy.
Very nice. Actually, before we go home for today, do you recognize, or do you even know a specific large industry that is here in Africa that started from a small business corporation or small business sector, and it has reached where it is, and also generating more income, more employment for Africans? Could you mention some?
Since nowadays, the talk of the days are South Africa. South Africa is leading in terms of small corporations in many areas, in terms of tailoring or just owning a shop, that it will boom into a rate that's unexpected. So South Africa is actually generating 50 to 60 GDP, gross domestic product.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good. And in terms of it's a small business, and it's reaching an area where it's, and all the talks are talking about it, like saying South Africa is, yeah.
Oh, wow, very nice. Wow, South Africa, dear viewers, that was Azhar from Somalia. And actually, not to forget that Somalis are really dominating the world in the business sector. Actually, they've also gone far ahead. Also, they've entered into politics and so on and so on. And I was not shocked to find that Azhar is from Somalia, and also she studied accounting and finance. So dear viewers, watch where you're going, because Azhar is coming to take over the African industry. Dear viewer, we'll see you next time. I am your host Ayub Shaban right here at African Arena, and I appreciate you guys who are watching where you are and the guests who are here with us today. Dear viewer, I'll have to say goodbye for today. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.